Hey, how's it going? Good to see you.
Good to see you as
Thanks
well.
for being here today.
Of course. Thanks for having us. Gonna do a quick mic check.
Yep. Did you guys need a copy of my remarks?
No, we've got one actually.
Okay.
Thank you, though.
Yep.
Mic check, mic check. Mic check.
Okay.
Mic check, mic check. Testing of the microphone, podium microphone, leadership hall. Testing of the microphone, 2026 graduation. Excellent.
All right, everyone, we are about to get started, so please take your seats.
All right, please have a seat. I like to say at the start of this ceremony, this is one of the longer ceremonies we do because it's very personal and we get to know a little bit more about all of the graduates. But because of that, be comfortable. Like, you'll be here for a little while. And we want you to be relaxed. This is a great day of celebration. My name is Kenneth Wong. I have the great privilege of serving as the Dean for the School of Graduate Studies here at the University of Maryland, Baltimore. It's my pleasure to welcome all of you here today for this ceremony to honor our new PhD graduates. My first order of business is to welcome our president, Dr. Bruce Jarrell. Dr. Jarrell is a surgeon extraordinaire and has been working at UMB for a very long time and became president of this university, in recognition of his great leadership. We are privileged to have him here today with us to welcome all of you as graduates. President Gerald.
Thank you, Dean Wong, and I want to congratulate all of the graduates here this afternoon. I won't make your program more lengthy. There'll be brief comments of welcome. I am very proud to see this class. It's a wonderful class to have before me. I know you have all worked very hard to get here, and yet I know that you all worry about the future. So do I. But having said that, I have great hope. I have great hope because science will prevail, and you are all scientists of your own specialty. You're graduating from what I would consider to be a top-tier biological and social sciences research institution. And you've got one thing on your side. It's called youth, and you're inquisitive. And so I so envy you for that. At the same time, you're certainly this country's hope to continue to be leaders in the world in research. So I compliment you for being here, and for all the family and friends who are here. They've worked really hard to get here. So I think you ought to all give them an applause for those of those who have supported you. So with that, we'll get on to the main event, which is actually first to officially graduate you. Dean Wong.
All right, will the candidates for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy please rise as you are able? Dr. Jarrell, in accordance with the recommendation of the faculty of the School of Graduate Studies, I request that you confer upon these candidates the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in recognition of their successful completion of all requirements.
Thank you, Dean Wong. Under the authority granted by the State of Maryland to the Board of Regents of the University System of Maryland, and by that board to the Chancellor and to me as President of this university, I now confer upon you your degree, Doctor of Philosophy, with all the rights and privileges appertaining thereunto. You are now officially graduated. Congratulations. This is my eighth graduation in the last 4 or 5 days, so I shall leave you to your event, but congratulations, and I'll return it back over to Dean Wong. Dean Wong?
All right, thank you, sir. All right, you can go ahead and be seated again. All right, so again, thank you, President Jarrell, for being with us here today to confer the degrees. It's really, this is really a moment when the university comes together, and we appreciate your presence here. So I have a little bit of a story to tell in my opening remarks. So from a fairly young age, and this will tell you something about what I was like as a kid, I was captivated by this story of the Great Library of Alexandria. And many of you may have heard of it, but if not, it was founded around the year 300 BCE. And it was designed to gather up all the knowledge in the world. Even at this time in human civilization, this was a bold proposition. Located in Egypt on the Mediterranean Sea, it benefited, much like the city of Baltimore, from being a port city and a place of commerce. The city built a massive lighthouse that was both practical for navigation and a symbol of the city as a beacon for illuminating the world with that knowledge. And in what was, I think, a very early version of the web crawler, or depending on your point of view, a form of advanced piracy, incoming ships would be searched when they arrived to see if they contained valuable written materials. And if they did, those materials would be copied so they could be added to the library. So each time, as ships came in, the library grew, and through various other means, things were collected and added to this library over many hundreds of years. Although estimates of the collection vary, the number of scrolls and books in the library probably numbered into the hundreds of thousands. So you can imagine at this time, again, in our civilization, what it took to bring all that knowledge together. The library was part of a much larger complex that it was designed, again, for the accumulation and sharing of knowledge. It included zoos, it included botanic gardens, it included observatories. The contemporary English word that we use, museum, derives from a Greek word that was part of the city, a temple dedicated to the muses, recognizing the importance of the arts, which at that time included astronomy, in that knowledge. So it was not just knowledge about things that were scientific or things that were about the world, but it was also about what we think of as arts and the things that are in other fields besides science today. This vast physical infrastructure was also a home, or a home away from home, to a community of leading intellectuals of their time. And those people helped to reshape our understanding of the world. As one example, the mathematician and geographer Eratosthenes, using only the technology that was available in 300 BCE, made a remarkably accurate estimate of the size of the Earth, being off by only a few hundred kilometers, at a time when the vast majority of people assumed that the world was simply flat, and if you went beyond the horizon, you would fall off the end of it. So as a tween, I would often wonder what it would have been like to live in Alexandria, to be part of this grand enterprise to capture and to preserve the world's knowledge. And I felt great sadness about this story because we knew that this city has been lost forever into the past. It fell into neglect, it was damaged by war and conflict, and eventually Alexandria disappeared from the map in its current form. The lighthouse crashed into the sea, and all of this knowledge, or much of this knowledge, was lost to time. It was an early lesson for me about the importance of preserving and stewarding the things that are important to you and the things that matter. And that's one of the reasons why we're here today, to celebrate that in all of you as those stewards, those preservers, and those expanders of knowledge that you represent. So given this as a backstory, it probably will come as no surprise to you that I found myself enamored with the idea of the university and delighted when I could become a part of it. We think of the university in its modern form as having started at the University of Bologna, which is in Italy, in 1088. And as I wrote this down, I was thinking about the irony of saying that something from 900 years ago is considered modern as an example for a university. It's kind of like saying that Yoda and Luke Skywalker are peers when they're really not. But Alexandria, for me, has always been the proto-university. It's been the model of what we can accomplish working together for the purpose of human knowledge and for turning that knowledge into good for society. Obviously, much has changed in the coming years, and you all will graduate into a world that is very different. The World Wide Web and cloud storage have made knowledge more accessible, and we no longer have the same worries about a scroll being burnt or getting wet or getting lost amongst miles of corridors. Search algorithms and now artificial intelligence have provided us with the means to sift through countless data sources in an instant. Yet amongst all of these things, the lifeblood of the great library, which is its people, stands eternal. And that's where you all come in. The new PhDs we recognize today are a continuation of that great intellectual community and that tradition of knowledge preservation, of knowledge stewardship, and knowledge expansion. Earning a PhD signifies that you are ready to take your place in this community as our colleague, as our collaborator, and perhaps even as a friendly competitor. And I emphasize the word friendly, so please don't compete too hard against your advisors. This is true even if you are not planning a traditional university or academic career, because we take great pride in all the diverse career paths of our graduates, no matter where the road leads for you in the future. So today, as we welcome you into this elite community, we hope that you will always feel at home here at UMB. Whether through continuing education or career mentorship, or just being a friendly face to a new student, your contributions will make a tremendous impact. So we encourage you to stay involved, be close to your mentors and your community of researchers, stay connected to them, give back to the university's mission of knowledge for the public good. Together, we can ensure that this new version of the Great Library of Alexandria stands the test of time. Thank you. All right, so we have a special award to present this afternoon, and to announce that award, I would like to introduce Jessica Cornell. Jessica is a third-year PhD student from molecular medicine, and most recently served as president of the Graduate Student Association. I really depend on Jessica and all the other members of the Graduate Student Association because they work tirelessly and collaborate well with us to ensure that graduate students are well provided for both inside and outside the classroom. So, Jessica, thank you.
Hello, and thank you, Dean Wong. Congratulations to you all. As Graduate Student Association President, I am proud to recognize the dedication and leadership of graduating students who have contributed their time and energy to the Graduate Student Association. I appreciate your commitment to representing your peers, advocating for meaningful change, and strengthening our campus community. Please rise if you are a GSA rep in your time here. And a applause in recognition. Thank you. Reaching this moment takes years of dedication, sacrifice, persistence, and apparently an unhealthy relationship with coffee. As someone who is not graduating today, I just want to say how much people like me look up to all of you. You've spent years asking difficult questions, pushing through setbacks, and continuing forward, even when the finish line probably felt imaginary. That kind of determination is inspiring. A PhD isn't just a degree, it's proof that you are willing to keep going when things got hard, confusing, or when reviewer number 2 decided to request seemingly impossible paper reservations. You're paving the way, whether it's through science, research, education, innovation, or leadership. The work you've done matters more than you might realize. You remind the rest of us that progress happens because people like you are willing to stay curious and keep trying. So please celebrate everything you've accomplished. Be proud of every late night, every revision, every experiment, overcoming accidental deletion of data, every moment you doubted yourself and kept going anyways. Congratulations. The world is better because of people like you. And the rest of us are excited to see where you lead next. Thank you and congratulations. Now, as a student leader, it is my privilege to introduce the Patricia Sokolov Outstanding Mentoring Award. This award reflects the deep impact this faculty member has on our PhD student community. Her commitment to teaching and mentorship, academic excellence, inspires students to grow both personally and professionally. I welcome my fellow PhD student, Uzma Patan, to the stage to introduce the 2026 Patricia Sokolov Outstanding Mentoring Awardee, Dr. Yenya Mazen Kato.
It is my honor to talk about Dr. Dania Kato and her influence as a mentor on all of us. Dr. Kato is an outstanding researcher and mentor, but what we mentees find most remarkable is her compassion and deliberate way she supports her students. In often stressful and demanding academic environments, she fosters a space where students feel supported and motivated to grow in their individual journeys. Her mentorship has shaped our development in many different ways. Dr. Kato challenges us to think critically, approach our work with purpose, and hold ourselves to high standards, while also reminding us to lead with empathy and compassion. She has shown us that rigorous research and kindness are not separate qualities, but qualities that strengthen one another. She dedicates time to listening, guiding, and supporting each student in our team in a thoughtful and individualized way. Even during challenging moments, she leads with patience, perspective, and understanding. Through both her research and mentoring, Dr. Kato demonstrates the importance of approaching vulnerable populations with respect and care. In the addiction-based research conducted in our team, she consistently highlights the importance of careful study design, inclusive research approaches, and ensuring that the often overlooked or excluded populations are represented and considered. Her mentorship has left a lasting impact on us by building our confidence, strengthening our sense of purpose, and helping us grow into better scientists and more thoughtful researchers. On behalf of her mentees, I thank Dr. Cato for her mentorship, generosity, and the significant influence she has had on our development as scholars and researchers. Dr. Cato's impact on her students is profound, and this recognition is well-deserved. So congratulations, Dr. Cato.
Thank you so much, Uzma. They gave me a whopping 1 minute to reflect all my gratitude, and I'm trying to stick to it. Thank you so much to my wonderful PhD students and mentees, Uzma, John, Yujia, and Yuha, for nominating me, and thank you to the Graduate Students Association for this honor. I'm so grateful for this recognition. Truthfully, my favorite part of every work week is when my students and I meet to run through research tasks and get to touch base about all their accomplishments, personal and otherwise. As a naturally curious person, I'm grateful to be surrounded by engaging students who challenge me and deepen that curiosity. I'm truly honored to serve as your mentor, and congratulations to all of the graduates. Thank you.
So you have a little plaque for you here.
That's sweet. My mom is going to be really proud, and I'm very
Well, that's even
proud to
better.
see my dad's name here. My dad passed away 2 years ago, and I am who I am because of his mentorship and his support. So I'm super proud to see my dad's name here. His name was Dr. Mazen Cato, and he passed away 2 years ago, so I'm really proud to see this. I'm really grateful to my students for nominating me. Thank you so much. Okay. This is my good side. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Erin Golumbewski, the Vice Dean of the School of Graduate Studies, and it's my honor to bring you the moment everyone's been waiting for, which is the awarding of doctoral hoods. A few notes before we get started. Each of the students' mentors has prepared a brief introduction for the graduating students, and I have been very stingy with them as well, Dr. Cato, allowing them just 1 minute to reveal the accomplishments of years of study. The program director will read the mentor's introduction as the mentor and professional school dean hood the student. Our professional photographer will take a photo in the back of the auditorium, and after the ceremony, family members are welcome to take photographs of their own. If you or the little people you might be supervising need a break from the ceremony, a live stream is available outside the second floor balcony with elevator access through the lobby. As Dean Wong mentioned, this ceremony is a little bit of a longer graduation ceremony, so we can give students that personalized attention. We will begin by hooding the PhD candidates from the doctoral program in social work. I welcome the graduate program director and Richard P. Barth professor, Dr. Bethany Lee, to come to the stage to begin the hooding. Joining Dr. Lee will be Theda Rose, incoming graduate program director.
Thank you so much, Erin. It's such a great privilege to be here in my 5th year as program director, and so excited for Dr. Rose to be taking on this great responsibility. We're starting here of our 5 PhD social work graduates with Dr. Maura Tenner, who's going to be hooded by Dr. Fernando Wagner. Dr. Tenner's work lies at the intersection of maternal health, mindfulness, and social justice. She's passionate about conducting research that advances health equity for Black pregnant women while integrating mindfulness. Everyone who meets Maura finds her a gentle and delightful colleague. Dr. Tenner has worked for years with the Center for Restorative Change at the School of Social Work, supporting a 5-year SAMHSA grant and co-authoring publications on social work practice and research. After graduation, she plans to pursue qualitative research and advocate for improved health policy, elevating voices unheard by policymakers and medical professionals. Congratulations, Dr. Tenner. Great. And next we have Dr. Christelle Joël Tajua, who's being hooded by our Associate Dean for Research and Professor Dr. Jody Fry. Dr. Tajua is a remarkable clinician, educator, and scholar whose work integrates clinical practice and suicide prevention research. As a PhD student, he developed and still teaches an advanced clinical course in dialectical behavioral therapy for suicide prevention. This is a favorite class of many of our MSW students. His dissertation examined indeterminate responses to suicidality measures in national survey data. His work has profound implications for suicide risk estimation, resource allocation, and policy development. His scholarship pushes us to rethink who we may be missing in our data and, more importantly, in our outreach and care. Dr. Tajua will continue teaching and conducting clinical practice in French, Spanish, and English while advancing research in suicide prevention. I want to give a special shout out to his family joining us in Cameroon watching on the live stream. Congratulations, Christelle. Next up, we have Dr. Yali Dang, who will also be hooded by Dr. Jody Fry. Dr. Dang is a suicide prevention and behavioral health scholar who studies minority stress, mental health services, and disparities among marginalized populations. Her dissertation findings underscore the profound impact of discrimination on suicide risk, highlighting the importance of family support as a key protective factor, and pointing to the need for more tailored, equity-focused suicide prevention strategies, particularly for younger and more vulnerable subgroups. Her incredible quantitative skills and initiative in problem solving has made her in demand as a GRA with her mentors. Dr. Dang will begin a postdoctoral fellowship with the Suicide and Trauma Reduction Initiative at Ohio State University, where she'll support a Department of Defense grant focused on brief cognitive behavioral therapy to improve suicide care for veterans. Congratulations, Dr. Dang. And then next we have Dr. Taral Mamadli, who's being hooded by Associate Professor Dr. Darren Whitfield. I'm honored to introduce Dr. Taral Mamadli. His scholarship focuses on mental health and substance use services for sexual and gender minority individuals in the United States. His mentor states, "I've had the privilege of mentoring Taral and witnessing his quiet, compassionate commitment to social justice. He embodies the core values of social work: integrity, service, and community engagement." Taral has over 20 publications and was recognized in 2023 as the UMB Student of the Year for his dedication to befriending and supporting other international students. We are proud to welcome him into the Academy and celebrate his new role on the faculty at New Mexico State University. Congratulations, Dr. Mamadli. And finally, we have Dr. Nikita Agarwal, who's being hooded by Professor Nalini Negi. Dr. Agarwal's research illuminates how work conditions, immigration, and social inequality shape health among low-wage workers. Her dissertation centered participant-identified drivers of mental health for South Asian immigrant restaurant workers in the United States. Her findings will support the development of culturally grounded interventions for this underserved group. Dr. Agarwal has disseminated her work in publications and presented her work internationally. Committed to community-engaged research, she has conducted fieldwork in Mumbai, Baltimore, Washington, D.C., and New York, and completed a competitive occupational health internship program. Nikita has been an outstanding student leader at the School of Social Work. She's deeply grateful to her husband and her family, including her mother, who came all the way from India to see her graduate. Congratulations, Dr. Agarwal.
I welcome the Dean of the School of Dentistry, Dr. Mark Reynolds, to the stage with Dr. Man-Kyo Chung, Professor and Assistant Dean of Research and Graduate Studies and the Doctoral Program Biomedical Sciences.
Let me introduce Dr. Mohammed Al-Lenizi. So, Mohammed earned a DDS degree from King Saud University in Saudi Arabia. And he also earned a Master of Science, an Advanced Clinical Certificate in Restorative Dentistry, and an Advanced Clinical Training Certificate in CAD/CAM Technology from the University of Michigan School of Dentistry before he joins our program. His doctoral research focuses on the development of a novel calcium phosphate cement with local drug delivery capabilities for regenerative pulp capping applications. Mohammed has authored or co-authored multiple articles published in high-impact journals, and he has presented his work at national conferences, including the American Association for Dental, Oral, and Craniofacial Research. It has been an honor to be a part of Mohammed's growth as a scientist, and we are proud to see him return to the University of Ohio as a faculty member, where he have no doubt he will inspire the next generation of dental researchers. Congratulations, Dr. Al-Lenizi. Next, I introduce Dr. Ibrahim Mohammed Baharmaf. So Dr. Baharmaf earned his Bachelor of Dental Surgery degree from Imam Abdul Mahan bin Fazal University. In Saudi Arabia, where he later joined the faculty and received a scholarship for advanced training. He completed a Master of Science and Clinical Certificate in Cardiology and Operative Dentistry at Indiana University, and he began his doctoral studies at the University of Maryland in 2022. In 2024, he passed the Saudi Board in Restorative Dentistry. His research focuses on bioactive dental restorative materials with publications in leading journals and presentations at international conferences. We are proud of his accomplishments and wishing him continued success. Congratulations.
I welcome to the podium Dr. Ahmed Sultan, Associate Professor in the Department of Oral Pathology and Graduate Program Director for Oral and Experimental Pathology.
Thank you very much. So I have less than a minute to read this out, so I'll read it quickly and hopefully my Irish accent doesn't become too apparent. But Dr. Najwa Youssef joined the Oral and Experimental Pathology program 4 years ago and pursued a combined PhD and oral pathology residency program, where her intellectual rigor and scholarly independence consistently stood out. She served with distinction as chief resident, receiving formal recognition for her exceptional leadership. Dr. Youssef has authored peer-reviewed publications in head and neck pathology and interdisciplinary computer science venues, reflecting her unique expertise in digital pathology and AI and spatial transcriptomics. Her research has earned national recognition, including the American Academy of Oral Maxillofacial Pathology Gorlin Award for Outstanding Oral Presentation, along with multiple other honors. She is equally respected for her clinical excellence, professionalism, and commitment to mentorship. Thank you.
I welcome Dr. Jessica Mung, Professor and Assistant Dean, Department of Pharmacology and Physiology in the UMB School of Medicine. Joining us to hood the graduates from biochemistry and molecular biology is Dr. Ekaterini Kochergiani-Konstanopoulos, professor in the Department of Biochemistry and Molecular Biology.
Good afternoon, everyone. I would like to introduce Julia Rutherford and her mentor, Professor Wilson. Julia's project was an albatross for several students. Its goal was to learn how an RNA-binding protein suppressed breast cancer cell growth. We had clean preliminary data, but the mechanism was a blank space. We really needed a mastermind who could begin again by combining transcriptomics with cell and molecular biology. Julia was up to the challenge, fearless, organized, and always enthusiastic about the next question. In addition to an excellent manuscript on the study, she brought us timeless style and a strong appreciation for America's unofficial poet laureate. For those counting, this introduction included 10 Taylor Swift song titles. I'm gonna add another one. Julia, keep dancing in the lightning strikes. Congratulations, Dr. Rutherford. I would like to introduce Seth Yazin. Dr. Yazin conducted his doctoral research with Mike Summers in the Howard Hughes Medical Institute at UMBC. He made major contributions to the understanding of how HIV-1 exploits an unusual transcription mechanism to control the functions of its RNA genome in a way that allows the virus to efficiently replicate. Dr. Yazin was awarded a highly competitive F30 graduate fellowship from the National Institutes of Health, and his findings were published in the prestigious Journal of Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences. He has garnered significant number of citations already. Dr. Yazin also mentored a team of undergraduates, all of whom have now matriculated to PhD and MD programs around the US. Dr. Summers calls Seth an inspirational scientist, a colleague and friend who is poised to become a major leader in biomedical science, medicine, and education. Congratulations, Dr. Yazin. I would like now to welcome Spiros Septalis and Professor Weber. It is my great pleasure, Dr. Weber says, to introduce Spiros Septalis. He and our team were the first to discover how calcium contributes to toxicity in the most virulent strains of C. difficile infection, or CDI. Specifically, Spiros showed that calcium dissociation from binary toxin induced pore formation in host cells, and he helped develop biologic for targeting CDI. His research produced an impressive number, I'm going to say, of 7 papers, and he was an active member of the gastroenterology and hepatology NIH-funded T32 training program. I'm indebted to Spiro and wish him success as a postdoctoral fellow at the Johns Hopkins Malaria Institute. Warm congratulations, Dr. Septalis. The other way. We really love that stage. We don't want to get down. Last but not least, from the program of Biochemistry and Molecular Biology, Dr. Annie Bronk, one of my students. Annie is an exceptional scholar whose journey reflects both courage and curiosity. Transitioning from a liberal arts background into biochemistry and molecular biology, she quickly distinguished herself through academic excellence, rising to the very top of her peers. Her research explored the sex-specific mechanisms of heart disease, where she demonstrated remarkable creativity, technical mastery, and persistence in tackling complex biological problems. She has authored many original research publications in leading journals, in addition to a comprehensive review in the first-year journal Circulation, showcasing both her scientific rigor and outstanding writing abilities. Her work has been recognized at the national level with invitations from the American Heart Association Early Career Session, The Next Best Thing, highlighting the impact of her research and her excellence as a communicator. Annie embodies intellectual rigor, integrity, collaboration, and represents the very best of the next generation of scientists. I'm extremely proud of her accomplishments and wish her continued success in her future endeavors.
Joining us to hood the graduates from Molecular Microbiology and Immunology program is Dr. Eileen Berry, Professor of Medicine and PhD Program Director.
Good afternoon. It's my very great pleasure to introduce the graduates of the Molecular Microbiology and Immunology program. Our first graduate, Dr. David Rickert, will be hooded by his mentor, Dr. Kieran Scarry. Dr. Scarry writes, David's research challenged long-held assumptions in microbiology, revealing how certain bacteria evade the human immune system. His work provides new insights into how bacterial infections persist and may inform the design of next-generation vaccines. He has earned multiple awards recognizing both his scientific contributions and his exceptional communication skills. Notably, he received the MMI Spark Award for his contagious enthusiasm for science and his commitment to supporting others. David's intellectual rigor and community spirit make for an outstanding scientist and colleague. I am enormously proud of the work he has done during his PhD. Congratulations, Dr. Rickert. Our next graduate, Dr. Luisa Valencia, will be hooded by her mentor, Dr. Joe Pedra. Dr. Pedra writes, Dr. Valencia is a productive scientist who has already published 5 research papers in top scientific journals, including Nature Microbiology, Nature Communications, PNAS, and the Journal of Investigative Dermatology. Her research focused on how the immune system in the skin responded to a tick bite. Using advanced tools that examine individual cells and their location in tissues, along with animal studies, she discovered both shared and tick-specific immune responses. Her work may help to explain the unusual red meat allergy. Outside the lab, Dr. Valencia is dedicated to mentoring Latina students through the Adelante Latina Foundation. Congratulations, Dr. Valencia. It's my pleasure to now introduce Dr. Jernell Miller, who will be hooded by her mentor, Dr. Sharon Tennant. Dr. Tennant writes, it's my pleasure to introduce Dr. Jernell Miller. Jernell began her career in cancer research and later HIV research. During her PhD, she further expanded her expertise by developing technical skills in microbiology, immunology, and vaccinology. Jernell developed a rodent model of Klebsiella pneumonia, neonatal sepsis, which she used to evaluate Klebsiella conjugate vaccines. Jernell presented her findings at conferences, published journal articles, and received multiple awards and fellowships. She also managed major life events, including her wedding and the birth of her son. She is currently completing a postdoctoral fellowship with Dr. Scott Balaban here at UMB. Congratulations, Dr. Miller. It's my pleasure to introduce Dr. Elizabeth Hill, who will be hooded by her mentor, Dr. Neville Singh. Dr. Singh writes, Liz graduates with a stellar record of accomplishments that features 7 publications, a GPIL Scholar of the Year award, and several local and national recognitions for her posters and oral presentations. Her research uncovered a new mechanism by which 3 different types of cells communicate with each other in order to determine what kind of immune response the body should mount. In addition to correcting textbooks paradigms in immunology, Liz is a creative soul who loves art, a sympathetic leader for junior trainees, and a passionate advocate for women in science. This is only the beginning of her impactful scientific journey. Congratulations, Dr. Hill. It's my pleasure to introduce Dr. Jill Baker, who will be hooded by her mentor, Dr. Tim Lukens. Dr. Lukens writes, Jill Baker is an exceptional scientist and an amazing human being. As a graduate student in the Lukens lab, Jill completed multiple extremely challenging research projects focused on developing new immunotherapies for the treatment of patients with cancer and autoimmune diseases. Her work has been published in some of our field's most prestigious journals, and she has received several national awards for her contributions. Outside the lab, Jill worked tirelessly to improve students' lives, for example, as president of the University Student Government Association, where she implemented several UMB-wide initiatives to improve student well-being. She also served on many university and departmental committees to represent the voice of UMB students and actively contributed to UMB's education mission by serving as guest lecturer, tutor, and instructor across several graduate-level courses. Jill's intellect, compassion, and selflessness will continue to leave a lasting impact on the cancer immunotherapy field and our institution as a whole. Congratulations, Dr. Baker. It's my pleasure to introduce Dr. Kenneth Dietz, who will be hooded by his mentor, Dr. Tim Lukens. Dr. Lukens writes, Kenny Dietz is an exceptionally creative and intelligent scientist, a fantastic team player, and a great friend. As a PhD student in the Lukens lab, he worked on 2 challenging projects. In one, he studied how engineered therapeutic cells acquire antigens from cancer cells and developed an approach to prevent it, thereby increasing the cell's therapeutic activity. He presented this work at multiple national meetings and just published it in one of the top journals in our field. In the second project, Kenny developed a new approach to prevent the dangerous toxicities of engineered immune cells by directing them away from healthy organs. He answered these complex scientific questions with unrelenting optimism, curiosity, and openness to questioning dogma. Yet what I remember most is not only the science, but the way Kenny shaped the lives of those around him, students, coworkers, and friends, through his genuineness, sense of humor, and compassion. Congratulations, Dr. Dietz. It's my pleasure to introduce Dr. Thomas Hill, who will be hooded by his mentor, Dr. Helen Dooley. Dr. Dooley writes, Thomas first came to UMB as a summer intern through the Nathan Schnapper intern program in 2019 and 2020, while an undergraduate at LaSalle University. He returned to UMB as a graduate student in 2022 and joined the Dooley Lab to study the evolution of immune functioning. While investigating the immune tissues of nurse sharks, Thomas unexpectedly found that the pancreas helps maintain immune protection in sharks, a finding that resulted in a first author publication in the Journal of Immunology, coverage by Science News, Nature News, Forbes magazine, and several global news outlets. Thomas presented his data at several major conferences and was awarded Best Student Presentation at the 15th Congress of the International Society for the Developmental and Comparative Immunology. As well as mentoring his own Schnapper intern, thus completing the circle, Thomas also found time to get married. Thanks for your insight and hard work, Thomas. Congratulations, Dr. Hill. It's my pleasure to introduce Dr. Christina Kratzmeyer. Dr. Kratzmeyer's mentor, Dr. Sasha Krupnick, couldn't be here today, but Dr. Krupnick writes, "When Christina joined my lab, it was immediately clear to me that she is an exceptional scientist with a rare combination of intellectual firepower, creativity, and relentless drive. She distinguished herself not only by her technical proficiency, but also by her fearless curiosity and willingness to ask bold scientific questions. When Christina selected my lab as her thesis home, I considered it an honor because I knew her presence would elevate the entire research team. Christina took on a highly complex and ambitious project investigating the role of CD8 T cells and pro-inflammatory cytokines in lung cancer tolerance induction. This is work of great difficulty and high impact, and she approached it with remarkable independence and determination. The mechanisms she uncovered have added a new dimension of understanding to the field, and her findings will influence future work in cancer prevention and immunotherapy. Her work has been published in the Journal of Clinical Investigation, one of the premier journals in the biomedical field. Beyond her research, Christina has been a cornerstone of the laboratory's culture. She has mentored graduate students, fellows, and undergraduates with patience, generosity, and rigor. Christina embodies the qualities of a great scientist and will help in the journey of both discovery and cures. Congratulations, Dr. Kratzmeyer.
Joining us to hood the graduates from the Molecular Medicine Program is Dr. Ryan Riddle, Professor, Orthopedics, and PhD Program Director.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's my pleasure to introduce Dr. Diane Terry, mentored and hooded by Dr. Daria Gekalova. Diana brought leadership experience from industry to molecular medicine and the Gekalova lab, and she matched that experience with rigorous, impactful cancer research. For her dissertation, Diane led the first integrative analysis of chromatin architecture, gene expression, and patient outcomes in tongue squamous cell carcinoma, generating foundational data sets directly from primary patient tissue. Beyond the strength of her science, Diane brings a rare ability to connect complex biology to real-world impact. She's been a great colleague, leader, and contributor to our academic community, and her work exemplifies scientific depth, independence, and vision. Congratulations, Dr. Terry. It's my great pleasure to introduce Dr. Daniela Fuller, mentored and hooded by Dr. Ruya Liu. Daniela's work focused on cardiomyocyte cell cycle regulation, integrating studies of Wnt beta-catenin signaling, centrosome dynamics, and cardiac injury models to better understand mechanisms controlling cardiomyocyte proliferation. She successfully competed for multiple research awards, led a patent application, and co-authored several manuscripts. She demonstrated strong experimental rigor and grew into an independent, thoughtful scientist. Daniela has been a dedicated colleague, resilient researcher, and valued member of the laboratory. Congratulations, Dr. Fuller. It's my great pleasure to introduce Dr. Pranjali Kanvinda, mentored by Dr. Graham Woodworth, who could not be here today, and hooded by Dr. Ellie Barr. Pranjali joined the molecular medicine program after completing a master's degree in nanomedicine in a nanomedicine-focused laboratory. Her background made her a natural fit for a multidisciplinary research team. She sought out a high-risk cancer biology project investigating the role of FN14 signaling system in brain cancer immunobiology. Her work uncovered a potentially transformative role for this system in cloaking the brain tumor cells from recognition by the immune system. Congratulations, Dr. Convinda. It's my great pleasure to introduce Dr. Amir Mirabani Tabari, mentored and hooded by his mentor, Dr. Marta Lipinski. Amir's PhD focused on interactions between lipid metabolism and inflammatory responses after traumatic brain injury. He used a wide variety of approaches from mouse models of traumatic brain injury to lipidomics to single-cell RNA sequencing analysis. His data demonstrated that the unique lipid environment of the brain causes pathological reprogramming of inflammatory cells and prevents recovery after brain injury. This challenging project was only possible through Amir's singular focus, determination, and ability to bridge between different fields. He's moving on to a postdoctoral position at Mass General Hospital in Boston. Congratulations, Dr. Tabari. It's my great pleasure to introduce Dr. Sagarina Thapa, mentored and hooded by Dr. Marta Lipinski. Sage's doctoral thesis focused on the mechanisms regulating neuroinflammation after traumatic brain injury. She used mouse models and cell-based studies to demonstrate that a mutation in a gene called Rubicon is able to decrease inflammatory responses and improve functional recovery after TBI. Her biochemical studies also identified a new mechanism for how Rubicon regulates brain inflammation. Throughout the many challenges of this novel project, Sage has shown remarkable poise, perseverance, and positive attitude. Congratulations, Dr. Thop. It's my great pleasure to introduce Dr. Dapawina Dutta Chowdhury, sorry, we went over that, mentored by Dr. Fotran, who unfortunately couldn't be here today. Deepa graduated from Wayne State University and joined the Tran Lab in 2022. Her thesis focused on chemoradiation resistance in small cell lung cancer. She authored several publications, made substantial contributions to many projects, and develop all the skills necessary of a strong, independent scientist. She'll now complete postdoctoral studies at the University of Pennsylvania. Congratulations, Dr. Chaudhry. It's my great pleasure to introduce Dr. Blair Patak, mentored and hooded by Dr. Ellie Barr. Blair joined molecular medicine's cancer biology track and the Barr Lab after earning her undergraduate degree from the University of Maryland and completing training at Johns Hopkins. Joining Dr. Barr's young laboratory was a leap of faith for which he remains deeply grateful. From the very beginning, their mentor-mentee relationship has been one of true partnership. Blair learned fearlessly, and she taught Dr. Barr just as much through her independence, rigor, and trust. Her ambitious work on glioblastoma revealed new ways cancer cells adapt to low oxygen. Beyond the lab, she brings joy, balance, and passion to skiing, the beach, and Baltimore sports. As Blair now pursues her calling to medical school and service to the community, we wish her every success ahead. Congratulations, Dr. Patel. It's my great pleasure to introduce Dr. Darren Gilchrist, mentored and hooded by Dr. Stuart Martin. Darren's deep faith has inspired him to make positive impact and pursue MD-PhD training to improve patient outcomes. Darren focused his PhD on using the tether chip technology to test tumor cells freshly isolated from the blood samples of lung cancer patients. His thesis work will provide a critical foundation for applying the tether chip test to optimize treatment of cancer patients. Today, he has made his family, friends, and mentors very proud. We all have the great honor of being the first to award Dr. Darren the title of doctor. Congratulations, Dr. Gilchrist. It's now my great pleasure to introduce Dr. Julia Juve, mentored and hooded by Dr. Stuart Martin. Julia joined the Martin Lab in 2018 as a research assistant, and it was immediately obvious that her research skills were exceptional. Julia was truly the driving force to optimize tethered chip technology to improve the treatment of cancer metastasis. Her work absolutely set the foundation for many tethered chip studies in the Martin Lab and around the world. Inspired to pursue her PhD, Julia joined the molecular medicine program in 2022. Her thesis on neutrophils provided the first evidence of micro-tentacles in immune cells and a first author publication in Advanced Science. As a sign of her outstanding research and the positive impact of her work, Julia has published 20 research articles, including 5 as first author. Congratulations, Dr. Ju.
Joining us to hood the graduates from the Epidemiology, Human Genetics, and Gerontology programs is Dr. Ann Gruber-Baldini, Professor, Epidemiology and Public Health.
Hi, I'm pleased to introduce our epidemiology and human genetics doctoral students. Our first is David Annis, also being hooded by Dr. Stuart Martin, who writes that David is an outstanding team member who lifts those around him, but also clearly understands the great value and support from his colleagues. On this note, David wrote 4 pages of very kind acknowledgments in his dissertation to the many people who have helped him on the journey. And this recognition is an essential quality of a scientist, and David will undoubtedly be an outstanding mentor to many in the future. For his thesis, David genetically targeted the melanoma cell adhesion molecule, and his rigorous studies to both overexpress and knock out this gene revealed the role of generation of microtentacles and tumor cell reattachment, which can each affect metastasis. It is very clear that David will positively impact the advancements of genetically targeted medicine by building on this research excellence and in advanced applications of networking with colleagues. So please join us in congratulating Dr. David Annis. Next, I'm pleased to introduce Ebuka Ananyobi, who is being hooded by his mentor, Dr. Sally Alabamo, and was co-mentored by Dr. Braxton Mitchell, who wrote that Dr. Ananyobo is a dedicated scientist, and his research focuses on developing polygenic risk scores for blood pressure traits in adverse ancestry populations, work that speaks directly to the importance of inclusions in genomic science. Ebuka is a 2-time departmental honoree, receiving both the Doris and Morris Magazine Endowment Award and the Renee Royack-Schaller Health Equity Award, and is the first author of several high-impact peer-reviewed journals. Thanks to you today, we are pleased to celebrate Dr. Ananyobi. On behalf of the dual campus gerontology doctoral program, I'm pleased to present Dr. Sarah Cassett, who is being hooded by her 2 mentors. Sorry, I had this out of order. I apologize. By her 2 mentors, Denise Orrig and Liz Dennis.
Switching it up.
I'm sorry. Let's see what I got. I'll fix that. Sarah entered in 2020 as a part-time student, and she's a registered dietitian with a Bachelor of Science in Nutrition and Dietetics from the University of Pittsburgh and an MS in Nutrition from Case Western Reserve University. Her dissertation focused on malnutrition prevalence and its risk factors in older veterans, as well as improving the malnutrition screening processes for those admitted to the VA hospital. Sarah has published and presented broadly on improving the health and nutrition of older veterans. In 2021, she received the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics Doctoral Student Scholarship, and in 2024, the Bill Barkley Graduate Scholarship. We're happy that Sarah will continue her work in health as a health system specialist in the VA medical healthcare system. Congratulations, Dr. Castle. Next, I'm honored to introduce Dr. Casey Knopp, who's going to be hooded by Nancy Kuzma. I got it in the right order this time. Casey is passionate about older adults and the systems that support them and their families. Her interests stem from caregiving roles she has held from a young age. She wants to make a difference in people's lives. Her dissertation compared outcomes for people connected to services before they left the hospital to outcomes for those who were not. After graduation, she hopes to continue this work on a national scale. She achieved this doctorate through significant personal and professional challenges, including being riffed twice, right? We're proud to have her here today. Congratulations, Dr. Knopp. And last but not least, my student, Dr. Hae-Sung Kim. Hae-Sung began our gerontology program in 2016, and after 2 leaves of absences for these beautiful young boys down here, hi, she defended in June of 2025. Her work on the impact of aging, cognition, and comorbidities on Parkinson's disease patient outcomes led to a first authored paper and actually served as preliminary data for my newly awarded R01, yay. Her dissertation on longitudinal changes in self-efficacy, which is your confidence in managing your chronic conditions, has found effects on functioning and mental health and sizable declines in self-efficacy in Parkinson's disease patients over 3 years. Hae-Sung received the 2025 Magaziner Award in Aging, and she's currently a health services specialist in assisted living for Anne Arundel County Department of Aging and Disabilities, and her parents are watching from Korea. Hello. Congratulations, Dr. Kim.
Joining us to hood the graduates from Physical and Rehabilitation Science is Dr. Kelly Westlake, Professor and PhD Program Director.
Good afternoon. So here we have Simon Ho and his mentor, Dr. Tori Marchese. So it's my great pleasure to introduce Dr. Simon Ho. Before his PhD studies, Simon was an experienced clinician in cardiopulmonary rehabilitation. From the start, Simon showed deep curiosity about the science behind breathing and a remarkable talent for making sense of complex data. During his doctoral work, he published 9 papers, with several more on the way, all while working as an assistant professor in the Department of Physical Therapy and Rehab Science. Along the way, he and his family also celebrated the joy arrival of twin daughters. And today, we honor Simon's outstanding achievements, pursuit of excellence, and passion for discovery. Dr. Ho will be hooded by Tori. And next, we'll welcome Dr. Lindsay Mathis to the stage and her mentor, Dr. Jason Falvey. Lindsay is the first graduate of our DPT PhD program. Congratulations, Lindsay. Her work focuses on pulmonary impairments that shape disability experiences and outcomes among older adults, including those who have been historically marginalized. Overall, Dr. Mathis has authored or co-authored 5 peer-reviewed articles, received multiple years of NIH T32 support, and secured her own research grant. These impressive accomplishments were supported by her cat, Cheddar, who gave many uninvited talks at our lab meetings, but loudly protested his omission on authorship lists. Dr. Mathis will be continuing as a postdoc at the Baltimore VA Hospital, and she will be hooded by Dr. Falby. And next, we'll welcome Dr. Derek Larkins and his mentor, Dr. Odessa Addison. Dr. Larkins completed his PhD while working full-time, first as a physical therapist and then assistant professor, and now in his dream role as a team physical therapist in the WNBA. He has an incredible ability to move forward quickly, recruiting, testing, and training participants with remarkable efficiency. Throughout this time, he has also balanced life as a father of 3. Dr. Larkins brings a deep passion for sports and a natural talent for connecting with others and communicating ideas with energy and enthusiasm. His research on athletic groin injuries and their prevention will help shape the future of sports medicine. Congratulations, Dr. Larkins. And next we have Dr. Katie Dendero, who will also be hooded by her mentor, Dr. Odessa Addison. Dr. Dendero's path towards a PhD was not a direct one, but it has been deeply worthwhile and impactful. After completing her master's degree in exercise physiology, she worked in cardiology and later as a research assistant before becoming a clinical assistant professor at Towson University. She completed her PhD while teaching a full 4-4 load, all while balancing motherhood, coaching her daughter's swim teams, and running too many races to count. Her research has advanced the clinical relevance of ultrasound in muscle quality and aging. She is also known among her colleagues as one of the very best people to attend academic conferences, never without snacks to share and a book recommendation. Dr. Dendero, congratulations. And next, I'm happy to introduce Dr. Sandra DeLuzio. Dr. DeLuzio is an occupational therapist whose research is reshaping arm rehabilitation in the first days after stroke. She came to us mid-career, driven to translate research into clinical practice, and has done exactly that, showing that high-dose video gaming-based therapy is safe and feasible in acute recovery, and developing a novel kinematic tool to objectively measure movement quality. Sandra accomplished this with 2 first author and 5 co-author papers, and more on the way, first as a clinical specialist and now rehabilitation science research and development lead at Johns Hopkins Enriched Neurological Repair Program, all while raising 3 boys, Logan, Ryan, and Tyler. Her warmth and generous spirit make her a joy to mentor. Her primary mentor, unfortunately, could not be here, Dr. John Krakauer. I am her co-mentor, so I'll be doing her hooding.
Joining us to hood the graduates from the program in neuroscience is Dr. Todd Gould, Professor, Department of Psychiatry, and PhD Program Director.
Good afternoon, everyone. So first, we have Lakota Watson, who is mentored by Luana Quilica. It is my pleasure to introduce Dr. Lakota Watson. From early in her PhD in neuroscience, I was struck by Lakota's skill in solving technical problems, her coding abilities, and the way she thinks outside the box. She brought creativity and innovation to her work in ways that continually impressed me. I also remember the day Lakota was in my office and shared with me that she is neurodiverse. I valued her transparency and honesty, and I believe her openness helped shape a very productive mentor relationship. Her perspective strengthened our collaboration and importantly enriched the science. Indeed, Lakota has opened up a new line of research on childhood early life adversity that we continue to build on today. It has been my privilege to mentor Lakota and to watch her grow as a scientist. She has made important contributions through her technical skills, creativity, and originality, and she was richly deserving of this recognition. Congratulations. Next is Cody Liss, who's mentored by Dr. Marco Venero. Cody joined my lab at a pivotal moment. I was starting my journey at the University of Maryland School of Medicine. From our first conversations, it was clear that he was special, curious, independent, and deeply motivated. He helped build not just experiments, but the spirit of the lab, turning uncertainty into momentum and shared excitement. His creativity led to innovative work on social behavior, but what truly stands out is who he is, kind, supportive, and always there for others. Watching Cody grow into a scientist and person he is today has been a privilege I will always value. Congratulations. Next is Molly Agarwal, who is mentored by Alexander Medina. Molly has advanced our understanding of how alcohol exposure impacts the developing brain. As an NIH F31 fellow and recipient of multiple presentation awards, she demonstrated that even low levels of gestational alcohol exposure can disrupt neuronal plasticity in the visual cortex, and that adolescent exposure alters neuronal excitability in the prefrontal cortex. Beyond her impressive scientific contributions, she welcomed her daughter, Gwyneth, during her doctoral journey, an achievement equal of significance. Please join me in celebrating her remarkable accomplishments. Congratulations. Next is Rebecca Losson, mentored by Asaf Keller. Today we celebrate Rebecca Losson, whose PhD work makes a truly meaningful contribution to science and human health. Her thesis reveals fundamental sex differences in peptide signaling within the brain, mechanisms that help explain why chronic pain is more prevalent and persistent in women. By pinpointing circuit and sex-specific effects, Rebecca's work lays a critical foundation for more precise, biologically informed treatments for pain and affective burden. This is science that doesn't just advance knowledge, it holds real promise for improving lives. Congratulations, Rebecca, on an exceptional achievement. Next, we welcome Ryan Mayer and mentor Brian Polster. I am pleased to introduce Dr. Ryan Mayer. During his doctoral training, Ryan earned numerous prestigious honors, including the Global Biotech Revolution Leader of Tomorrow Award, which supported his participation in the United Kingdom Leadership Conference. Among his many notable achievements, Ryan expanded our laboratory's capabilities by establishing human microglial cell culture models and implementing cutting-edge super-resolution microscopy techniques to shed light on how a neurodegenerative disease drug candidate affects mitochondrial morphology. Ryan is pursuing his goal of becoming an independent academic scientist as a postdoctoral fellow at Northwestern University, and he is wished the very best. Congratulations. Next is Naibo Zhang, who's also mentored by Dr. Polster. I am pleased to introduce Dr. Naibo Zhang. His dissertation spans remarkable breadth, from cell culture models of microglial activation to a mouse model of traumatic brain injury that he independently established and optimized for the laboratory. Guided by a rigorous and meticulous scientific approach, his work has been exceptionally successful and helps resolve long-standing debate regarding the role of mitochondrial remodeling in inflammatory responses. Naibo has published 3 papers from his work and has an additional 4 additional manuscripts that will be submitted soon. Naibo is wished the very best in his next steps as he continues scientific ascent. Congratulations. Next is Dominique Isaacs, mentored by Dr. Tom Longden. Dominique joined the program in neuroscience from the University of Colorado. During his PhD, Dom made a landmark discovery, showing that cells that sit on the brain's deepest blood vessels, called pericytes, detect surges in neuronal activity and fire long-range electrical signals that widen upstream blood vessels on demand. This finding fundamentally reshapes our understanding of how the brain regulates its own blood supply, and this work was published in the prestigious journal Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences. Don will now take his passion for biology and neuroscience to medical school. We are proud to welcome him as Dr. Isaacs. Congratulations. And finally, for the program of neuroscience, Liu Ri Wumin Zhang, who's mentored by Dr. Tom Longden. She is known as Amy, joined the program of neuroscience from Wesleyan College. During her postdoctoral training, Amy made a remarkable discovery. Tiny cells called pericytes wrap around the brain's smallest blood vessels, use a previously unknown chloride channel mechanism to act as a biological dimmer switch on blood flow, a finding that with important implications for understanding stroke, dementia, and other vascular brain disorders. This work, led entirely by Amy, has been accepted for publication in the prestigious journal Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences. We are pleased and proud to welcome Dr. Zhang. Congratulations.
I invite Dr. Sarah Michelle, Dean of the School of Pharmacy and Professor, to the stage to introduce the graduates from Pharmaceutical Sciences, led by Dr. Ryan Pearson, Pharmaceutical Professor and PhD Program Director.
Thank you. Good afternoon. First, I'd like to introduce Dr. Andrea Cottingham, mentored by myself, Ryan Pearson. It's my great pleasure to introduce Dr. Andrea Cottingham. During her PhD, Andrea conducted exceptional work developing immunometabolic polymer and nanoparticle platforms to reprogram macrophage function in obesity, among other inflammatory diseases. Her research led to 12 peer-reviewed publications. She joined my lab in 2019 as an undergraduate intern and has been with us ever since its inception. Andrea is someone I could always count on and rely on, mentoring interns, executing critical experiments, and supporting the lab. Beyond her science, she brings enthusiasm and energy to everything she does. I'm immensely proud of her and wish her the very best in her next steps. Congratulations, Dr. Cottingham. Next, we have Dr. Riki Yagoshi, being hooded by her mentor, Dr. Angela Wilkes. It is a great pleasure to introduce Dr. Riki Yagoshi. Riki joined the Wilkes Lab from UMBC with an outstanding academic record and quickly made important contributions through her multidisciplinary work on bacterial micronutrient regulation in human infection, work that is already widely cited. While often quiet, she surprised everyone with her energy and was usually the last Wilkes Lab member standing at conference socials. She is greatly missed and is now a Henry Jackson Foundation postdoctoral fellow at the Uniformed Services University in Washington, D.C. Congratulations, Dr. Yagoshi. I'd like to introduce Dr. Roshni Patel, hooded by her mentor, Professor Jim Pauly. Roshni Patel has been a real powerhouse of a graduate student. She did a fantastic job through experimentation and modeling about how to predict the oral absorption of poorly water-soluble drugs under fasting and fed conditions. Roshni published 6 research articles as first author, reflecting her great focus and high scientific curiosity. She was a delight to have in the lab. Roshni really crushed it. Congratulations, Dr. Patel. Congratulations. Next, it's my great pleasure to introduce Dr. Brooke Langevin, hooded by her mentor, Professor Gopalakrishnan. A bright, intelligent, and deeply compassionate scientist, this is how one might describe Dr. Brooke Legevin. In a single sentence, Brooke's research has addressed critical questions in maternal and pediatric health populations that are often underrepresented in clinical trials. During her PhD, she tackled two challenges. First, evaluating how low-calorie sweeteners like Splenda can be safely consumed by lactating mothers to minimize long-term cardiometabolic risks in infants. And second, developing a framework to guide which studied in pregnant women to inform dosing recommendations, an area where evidence remains limited. Beyond science, Brooke is someone others turn to for support, and she is always ready to help with a warm smile and often with delicious baked treats. Brooke is currently an assistant professor at the University of Maryland School of Pharmacy, ready to embark on her own research pursuits. Congratulations, Dr. Brooke Legevin. Wishing you continued success and many accomplishments in the years ahead. It's my pleasure to introduce Dr. Bianca Reginald, who is mentored by Professor Audra Stinchcomb, who is not able to join us today. So Professor Mandy Oglesby will be stepping in. Bianca's research has high impact for three reasons. She first is a pioneer in the new approach methodologies because she discovered a method that predicted unexpected results we saw in our healthy human volunteer studies. Second, she is the first student researcher to do a clinical study to measure estrogen blood levels delivered from pharmacy compounded skin products. Lastly, she is an exceedingly small group of researchers that are trained in the importance of clinical pharmaceutical science aspects of drug product development and safety. Bianca will have great success in her new role as an FDA clinical pharmacologist. Congratulations, Dr. Reginald. Next, I'd like to welcome to the stage Dr. Kati Ouattara, mentored by Mandy Oglesby. Kati's doctoral work focused on a novel member of the ferritin family of proteins in Pseudomonas aeruginosa. Novel is often associated with excitement, but as a researcher, it can also result in frustration. Nevertheless, Kati persisted, demonstrating resilience, hard work, and an unmistakable infectious laughter that reminded her and the lab and her mentor of the need for community when conducting high-impact scientific research. Mandy is so proud of Kati's accomplishments and her amazing work on the rather ornery protein pronounced brandy, which resulted in an exciting first-to-author manuscript and numerous contributing authorships. Congratulations, Kati, and best of luck. And rounding out the trifecta of hoodings by Dr. Oglesby, I'd like to welcome to the stage Dr. Jacob Wiener. Jake's dissertation research focused on how innate immunity affects virulence of the opportunistic pathogen Pseudomonas aeruginosa. Jake additionally pioneered a flow cell biofilm system to analyze Pseudomonas biofilm formation at body temperature. Jake's research resulted in 2 first author publications, 1 manuscript in preparation, and 2 contributing authorships, as well as several selected presentations at international meetings. What I will remember most about Jake in the lab is his can-do attitude, even when something might not be possible. He repeatedly demonstrated his ability to overcome hurdles while graciously letting go of questions for the next student. Congratulations, Jake, you'll be missed. And I'd like to next welcome Dr. Arian Romani to the stage, hooded by his mentor, Professor Yana Shen. After earning a BS from Caldwell University in New Jersey, Arian Romani joined the Pharmaceutical Sciences graduate program in 2020. Arian's dissertation leverages molecular dynamics simulations to push the boundaries of materials and therapeutic design. His most significant scientific contribution is elucidation of the self-assembly mechanisms of polysaccharides and how their sequences dictate mechanical properties. Arian also investigated dynamics and covalent ligand abilities of RAF and MEK kinases, contributing to the next generation drug design. Arian received the PSC Graduate Student Merit Award and served as a leader in several student organizations. We wish you the best in your next chapter. Congratulations, Arian. I would also, last but not least, I'd like to welcome Dr. Ayanna Williams to the stage, who will be hooded by her mentor and dean, Professor Sarah Michelle. Ayanna's research focused on understanding how the gaseous signaling molecule hydrogen sulfide, H2S, modifies zinc finger proteins. She focused on two zinc finger proteins that play important roles in gene regulation, PARP1 and ROCK. She discovered that both these zinc fingers could be persulfadated by H2S via a reaction that required zinc coordination and oxygen. And that persulfadation led to significant structural changes that portended to the disruption of function. Her work for PARP1 is in press at the Springer Journal of Biological Inorganic Chemistry, and her work for ROCK is in preparation. Good luck in your future endeavors. You rock. I added that part.
Joining the stage to hood the graduates from the Palliative Care Program is Dr. Lynn McPherson, Professor and Doctoral Program Director.
I'm delighted to introduce Dr. Rebecca Cammey, who will be hooded by her mentor, Dr. John Cagle. Dr. Rebecca Cammey is an unabashed patient advocate committed to enhancing healthcare by understanding and addressing health disparities in oncology and palliative care settings. She is fearless, ambitious, and compassionate. For her dissertation thesis, Dr. Cammey rigorously examined the use of a social determinants of health screening tool in oncology settings. She analyzed medical records data and conducted follow-up interviews with nurses, social workers, and patient navigators to better understand screening practices. She found that non-English speaking patients were much less likely to get screened for their social needs, and as a result were likely receiving fewer visits from healthcare providers. These observed disparities have led to real-world action efforts to improve care for non-English speaking patients in multiple oncology settings. Dr. Cammey is fast becoming a nationally renowned expert, researcher, and scholar in the intersecting fields of palliative care and oncology. Please help us congratulate Dr. Cammey and welcome her to the Academy. I'm similarly delighted to introduce Dr. Jana Baker-Rogers, who is a dedicated clinician, educator, and leader whose career reflects a deep commitment to caring for patients at their most vulnerable. A physician trained in emergency medicine, hospice, and palliative care, she brings a unique perspective that bridges acute care and end-of-life practice. For her dissertation, Dr. Baker-Rogers explored how hospices prepare for and respond to disasters, combining rigorous scholarship with real-world insight to uncover critical gaps in emergency preparedness and organizational resilience. Her work highlights both the challenges and strengths of hospice care in crisis settings and lays the groundwork for meaningful system improvement. Dr. Baker-Rogers is an emerging leader in palliative care research, and her contributions will continue to shape the field. Please join us in congratulating her and welcoming her into the community of scholars.
Joining us to hood the graduates from the Pharmaceutical Health Services Research Program is Dr. Julia Slako, Professor and Doctoral Program Director.
Good afternoon. I'm Julia Slako, Associate Professor and Graduate Program Director. It is my honor to present 4 doctoral graduates from the Pharmaceutical Health Services Research Program. First, it is my honor to introduce Dr. Udom Damachi, who is being hooded by her mentor, Dr. Wendy Camelo Castillo. Dr. Damachi is a talented pharmacist and health outcomes researcher whose work is making an impact on improving evidence in patient care. In her dissertation work, she used advanced epidemiologic methods to prevent cardiotoxicity from cancer treatment in breast cancer patients, earning her the Pharma Foundation Fellowship Award. Besides her scientific achievements, she is smart, kind, thoughtful, and generous, always supporting her peers and strengthening our team. As she graduates, we celebrate her accomplishments and the warmth she brings. She will be missed, and we wish her success in her future. It is now my honor to introduce Dominique So. Her mentor is Dr. Aberachukwu Onukwa, who unfortunately could not be here, so she'll be hooded by Dr. Susan Dos Reis. Her mentor writes, I am honored to present Dr. Dominique So, who received her PhD in Pharmaceutical Health Services Research from the School of Pharmacy. For her doctoral dissertation, Dominique used a combination of explanatory and predictive parametric models to characterize the cost of cystic fibrosis to patients, families, and healthcare systems. Her findings have advanced our understanding of the economic burden of cystic fibrosis, a life-limiting rare disease affecting fewer than 100,000 U.S. individuals. Dominique gained important experiences outside the classroom. As a health equity fellow with the Center for Innovation and Value Research, Dominique engaged in work streams focused on health disparities, healthcare policy, value assessment, and rare disease. She also served as president of the ISPOR Student Network, a global network that spans 70-plus countries with more than 1,500 members and 100 student chapters. It has been my privilege to mentor Dominique, and I am very pleased to welcome her into our community of scholars. Next, it is my honor to introduce Dr. Onyekachukwu Ilo, who is being hooded by her mentor, Dr. Susan Dos Reis. Dr. Ilo holds a Doctor of Optometry degree and a Master of Public Health, and now earned her Doctor of Philosophy in the field of pharmaceutical health services research. Her research in clinical outcomes assessment is motivated by regulatory decision-making, using real-world data and transporting evidence from clinical trials into large patient populations. She integrated clinical outcome measures and clinical endpoints from randomized clinical trials with large population administrative data by leveraging an external control arm. I look forward to seeing all the great things you will achieve and how your work will advance regulatory science. Congratulations, Onyeka. Finally, it is my honor to introduce Dr. Yu-Yi Chang, who is being hooded by her mentor, Dr. Susan Dos Reis. Dr. Chang began her journey as a pharmacist before transitioning to research in population health. In her doctoral training, she implemented advanced causal inference methods using real-world data to answer complex questions regarding the safety and effectiveness of marketed drug products. She is an excellent scientist with an impressive publication record and has been cited by the New York Times. Her thoughtful approach, rigorous methods, and dedication to scientific excellence were invaluable contributions to the lab. I will miss our conversations about science and life experiences. I know she will continue to excel as an independent researcher. Congratulations, Yu-Yi.
I invite Dean Kenneth Wong to rejoin the platform party to hood the graduates from the Health Education Program led by Dr. Violet Kulo, Associate Professor, School of Graduate Studies, and PhD Program Director.
It's my pleasure to introduce 3 graduates from the Health Professions Education Program. First, it's an honor to introduce Dr. Guy Biagiori, mentored by Dr. Karen Goddess. Dr. Goddess writes, Dr. Biagiori has demonstrated great compassion and commitment to educational advancement. After earning a doctoral degree in dental surgery, he completed a general practice residency in dentistry, followed by fellowship training in hospital dentistry, and then went on to earn a master's degree in public health administration, and today earning his PhD in health professions education. His dissertation work will have great significance in the field of dental education, as well as more broadly on interprofessional education and practice. It's a pleasure to recognize Dr. Biagiori and his exemplary work in advancing dental education. Congratulations, Dr. Biagiori. Next, I'm delighted to introduce Dr. David Burnell, mentored by Dr. Karen Goddess. Dr. Goddess writes, Dr. Burnell has an exceptional record of advancing physician assistant education through teaching, service, and scholarship. He has held close to 40 different leadership positions in the physician assistant profession. In these roles, he was instrumental in bringing national recognition to the contributions of physician assistants have on the healthcare system, communities, and within the health professions education. Dr. Burnell has been a prolific voice within his field internationally, nationally, regionally, and locally, generating 155 scholarly products, I'm sure there are more than that now, since this was written, across his portfolio, including his dissertation work. It's an honor to welcome him to our community of scholars. Congratulations, Dr. Burnell. Last but not least, it's my honor to introduce Dr. Rainey Loda, who I had the pleasure of mentoring. Dr. Loda has demonstrated a long-standing commitment to excellence in physician assistant education. From the very beginning, Rainey had a lively and creative mind and was very passionate about exploring medicine through the arts. Her research on using songs to support the acquisition of foundational knowledge has significant implications in health professions education, not only physician assistant education. It was a great honor to collaborate with Dr. Loda on her PhD journey, a journey that is typically filled with twists and turns, but through it all, she was patient and diligent. Congratulations, Dr. Loda. I'm delighted to welcome you to the community of health professions education scholars. Congratulations, graduates, on your tremendous accomplishments. Each one of you has your own unique journey, but one thing you have in common is that you all had the desire to succeed. You have relentlessly pursued and achieved the dream of earning a PhD. We are proud of all of you for making it through this challenging but very rewarding journey. So spring 2026 graduates, look out for your diplomas in the mail. This concludes the hooding ceremony, but not the festivities. Everyone is invited to join us for a reception in the atrium outside of this auditorium. So please follow the graduates out of the auditorium. And congratulations again on your accomplishment.